1 second. Alright. So, last time we finished up this warp zone, but we still need to go up to the next one for the first time. There's definitely not going to be a boss there. And just because there was a boss between the last 3 warp zones doesn't mean there's one here. Oh no, a boss.
Dr. Cortex said, keep the 20 crystals you have collected for me.
This boss is a bit weird, because you don't fight it the same way you fight everything else. You throw Wumpa Fruit at him. After taking enough damage in the part breaks. Also, you can't duck, slide, or spin. And you can't just hold it down to fire it, you have to mash. So for this first phase, the robot's hands are the weak points while they're open. Okay, that's 1 hit. And no, I have no idea how many hits each piece takes. I just know that it takes a lot. You don't have to worry about ammo, you throw as much as you want. Don't know where it comes from, since in this version he doesn't have an animation for throwing it. He does in the remake, and then the... Okay. The next targets are the shoulders, which are rocket pods. And you can see where they're gonna land by their shadow. They're pretty fucking loud. Let's turn it down just a little bit more. Okay. Now that laser is the weak point, but he also destroys the platform when he shoots it, so you gotta be careful. But it has a lot less health, I think.
Will be very displeased with your resistance. Prepare to suffer his wrath.
No, that's 2 games from now. Although it didn't sell very well. Hmm.
What is your problem, Bandicoot?
Reese's Cup.
As you were getting to bring me the crystals. Obtain the remaining 5 crystals, Crash, and bring them to me.
Yeah. There's these 5 levels left, and 2 of them are actually pretty easy from what I remember. Just a little bit tedious. Well, we'll start with piston it away. Forgot to see if there was one gem or two. There's two gems here. I just checked the replay. So this world theming is all like sci-fi and space. Well, that's not true. One of the levels is not sci-fi. Is neither sci-fi nor space themed. Unfortunately, most of this level is my nemesis, the not quite 2D thing. Although, nope, you can walk off the edge. I was about to say, although I don't think you can walk off the edge as easily in this, but... No, you can. Nice. So, yeah, these enemies can be arms up or arms down while arms are down. You can bounce on them while arms are up. You have to slide, or I think spin them. I usually slide because given that this is the not quite 2D kind of level, it's a little bit easier to time. It's more generous in the amount of time that you get to do it. Well, guess I'm gonna have to redo the level. You're just hoping there's no boxes over there. Yeah, one of the worst traps to deal with is anytime you land on that, the laser thing comes down towards that tile. Technically, it's not a laser, it's a shrink ray, but either way, you die. And I vaguely remember there being boxes on this hard path, so yay. Also, something weird happened from when I streamed through the Spyro, Spyro series. Um, I got two different accounts that recommended me a game to play, and it does seem kind of related, like it's another platformer game. But I'm a little bit suspicious of it because, despite coming from different accounts, the comments are almost the exact same. Like, they are suspiciously similar, where I'm not 100% convinced it's the game's above board. Also, I knew there were boxes in here. Shield guys can't actually be killed normally. You can only push them. Of course, they can still die to things like nitro or falling off cliffs. Yeah, dead because I got hit by the shrink ray. Hmm. Okay. We actually made it over this time. God damn it. Nice, but not actually nice because we're still missing 19. Hmm. I'm not sure I'll be able to backtrack fully here. And I've grabbed a checkpoint, so yeah, I can't make that jump. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this level twice. We're gonna have to do the Death Road twice. But so I'm thinking what we're gonna have to do is play through to play through to the end of the normal level, then backtrack to the Death Road, and finish through there. that was one of the ones that stayed down the entire time. I mean, up, whatever. Me thought it no change was me. What me was trying to say. Fantastic. Now, I think because I've already reached the death road and technically gone through it once, it'll still have its platform appear. But we're not that far from it, so I think I'm fine. I'm okay with going and finding out if I can pull my head out my ass and actually play. What is the point of these pistons? I mean, it's not like this is a factory that we're coming into, or if it is, it's a weird part of the factory. Okay. So there should be 19 boxes after this, so we should have 38 by the time it's time to come back. No, that's not right. No? Yeah. Because any nitro would be destroyed when we hit the switch in the hard path. I feel like that was at the beginning of the bonus. But I do not know for sure. Well, you die here, doesn't matter, so. Ah! Yep, right there at the beginning. Okay. Nailed it. Okay, so 2 more boxes. And then we can turn around. Course 1's a checkpoint. Well, that's not the Wilhelm scream. I think it's related, like it's a canned stock scream. I just don't remember its name. It's gonna be another fucking checkpoint, isn't it? Nope. It's right here. Now there is a jump coming up that's going to be a bit tricky, and it's right fucking here. Because we're dead. And yeah, if the shield guys manage to push you, they actually advance. So you have to push them back even further, and you have less room to stand on. But you can usually blitz them pretty good. Hmm. And you can't just... It's hard to just jump past the Shrink Wraith because it fires every time you step on one of the panels. Well, step on a new one or jump onto a panel. It doesn't really have a cooldown for firing. And I also think it kills through Aku Aku. By... No, it does not. So that's how we're getting through. And that's why we saved that enemy there, too. Is to be able to bounce back up. Shit. Oh well. As long as we don't take damage along the way, we should be good. I know I said this not too long ago, but the itch to play D&D is coming back real strong right now. Shame I don't have a group. Because I had the idea, and I'm actually thinking of how you would be able to balance a homebrew around it for a paladin based around the Green Lanterns from DC, because their thing is they got their oath. Dang it. And while flight and I mean, I'd imagine that, like, spells that would be good for them would be like Spiritual Weapon, um, because that's basically what the Green Lanterns do. I don't need to be going any further, and I can't make it back now because I was distracted. You wouldn't want flight to be a super early thing, but I could see giving them, I would say, permanent flight at some point once they're at a high enough level. Instead of the, I don't have an idea of what to do for a subclass feature on Paladins, which is give them temporary flight as their capstone. And since the uniform is part of the constructs made by the ring bearer, they could have some kind of unarmored defense. I know this is stupid fucking nerdy stuff, but brain is braining right now. But base it off of, part of me would want to do wisdom, since the Green Lanterns the Green Lanterns are based on will, is their source of strength, and in past editions, wisdom saves were just will saves, because they're basically the same thing. But I could also see still just using charisma as their um modifier thing still. I mean, it would make sense. You don't have to split an already split class into more ability scores. And then one of the early things I think would be able to like manifest their own weapons, like, and have it be something they're proficient with, and maybe magical for purposes of ignoring immunities, but otherwise deal non-magical. But it's not a type of magical damage, like it's not dealing force or something, it's still bludgeoning or slashing or whatever. Whatever would be appropriate for the construct. And then let them use either charisma or wisdom, depending on which one you think is more appropriate for the role, instead of strength or dexterity. Granted, I think if you're gonna have them be growing with it, I was thinking of having it be like, it's low power, they don't have access to the lantern to actually recharge it. Again, I'm sorry, this is so fucking nerdy. But, like, they get it when it's at a low power state, so, and don't have immediate access to a lantern to power it up, and slash or, because it's going on to a more primitive mind, they don't have the idea to do other things with it. Anyways, two of the levels here are the jetpack levels. They're weird. So, I control left, right, up, down, basically how you'd expect, except down and up are reversed. Forward and back, however, is jump to go forward and crouch to go backwards. Spin is still spin. These are the two levels I was talking about that are not hard, they're just tedious. Like, it's a cool concept, but I wouldn't exactly call these levels fun. Because you gotta take it so fucking slow if you're not skilled like me. Like I am not, I mean. I was trying to break both with my head. Thankfully, like I said about it not being hard, there's not a ton of enemies, and the ones there are super predictable. And the hazards are pretty obvious too. So this is kind of like the shield guys from the last level, except Zero G and he will just mimic your movements throughout the axes. Your lefty, righty, uppy, downy movement. And you have to spin him when he's not all shocky to push him into the firewall. At which point he'll die, and the firewall will be put down. Like, unironically, the most dangerous things on these levels are these wires here. Not these ones specifically, but that set piece hazard. I'll be honest, I didn't even see that one. I thought I was higher than that. Okay, maybe these things are a little bit dangerous. Then you come in for a landing. And hit the nitro switch, and would you look at that, level complete. And then there's one more level that's basically the exact same thing. It's not the next level, but there's one more just like it. Rocket. Nope, next is Night Fight. So this is like the bonus world one, what's it called? Totally Fly, which I almost forgot I needed to do. So it's a similar theme to the early levels of the game where it's the, like, jungle ruins, even having the same music, except there's these annoying fireflies you have to use to actually be able to see anything because it's the middle of the night. Fireflies only last for a short period of time before they ditch you, but you can control when you grab them. Okay. Okay, I'm on the outside seam, I think. Okay. I don't think there's any more boxes, period. On this side of the fort there is. Okay. Okay. Got it. So we are going to take the light the entire way down the death path, and I don't think we're going to try to do it backwards. I was clear. Okay, so there's no boxes between the first and second Firefly. I almost wonder if it'll be easier to go up the back end of this to get a couple of boxes that are there. And I think the amount of time you have with each Firefly is dependent on which Firefly it is. Okay, yeah, it'll be easier to come up the back end of it, because there's just the two. I keep going off to the sides because you can kind of walk along the lip of them, of the level. It's really hard navigating that, but it's possible. Okay. Yeah, this would have sucked to do backwards. Let's avoid that one for right now while we get these. Okay, and we'll get one more level once all the fruits have been calculated. So there's 2 holes, and then 2 boxes. And then we can go. Whatever. Alright, guess we're doing this one again. Got the heart gem. Hmm. Good. I mean, it could be worse. There were dark levels in the original Crash Bandicoot that instead of getting fireflies to light your way, you got. I think that was one of the boxes I missed. This is one of those ones from the checkpoint. But anyways, instead of getting fireflies to light your way temporarily, you would get special Aku Akus that would give off light, and if you happen to take damage, you would lose it. You would lose light, and I think it was still time for how long you got to see what you were doing. And I don't think you could get a second Aku Aku of light during the dark levels on it. Whoops. Whoops. Whoop. whoops. And that's why you do the bouncy ones before you grab the firefly. Or maybe instead of actual unarmored defense, they get a version of they get like mage armor, kind of like the Eldritch Invocation that lets you just cast that for free. Come on. This is back to the uh, Green Lantern concept I've had floating in my head. Granted, that's basically just unarmored defense with extra steps, but I don't know. I don't think I'll ever put any of these ideas to paper or anything. I think it's just gonna float around in the back of my mind for a couple more days and then be forgotten. But definitely jumped off with nothing there. I spun him. Pack Attack, the next jetpack level. The next and last jetpack level. Yeah, the red stuff you can't touch, it's extra spicy. I cannot tell where those giant wires were. I guess they're cables, not wires. Doesn't matter. What's even the difference between a cable and a wire? Wire is one strand of conductive metal, and wire and cable is many much, but bound together. This one's probably technically the harder of the two jetpack levels, but again, they're not exactly hard levels. No. Also, there's this cool thing where the geometry is so 90s in this that you get stuck in corners and stuff on these jetpack levels, as I'm sure you've seen me do. Although, I guess in thinking of it, it doesn't have to strictly have to be a Green Lantern ring, because all the different colored lanterns use a ring, and I suppose if you really want to, you could probably make a case for some of the other ones just as much as for green, but green's the most common and whatever. Right. Nice. Those weren't there last time, were they? Cool. Oh, jetpack levels, how I loathe you. It's a good thing there's not an entire boss based around the jetpack. That would be awful. Yeah. Oh. Man, how did I miss two on a freaking jetpack level? So there's 46 total. That is one quality of life thing that I like from the third game onward. Is it tells you how many boxes there are just in your HUD when you bring it up like that. You don't have to do the guesswork. What the hell? I was definitely over that. And I was definitely under that. Oh. Oh, I love the jetpack levels. They're so much fun. And not at all tedious. Okay, so that's 3, 6, 8. There was 46. That means that we would need to have 38 by the time we get to the end. So far. There's more nitro, I think, so... Was it just that I forgot to get the other two from next to the checkpoint the last time I finally managed to do it? Also, what's with that fruit stuck in the corner? That's not annoying at all. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, so that's 15, so we would need 31 boxes. Seems like a lot, though. Ah. 3, 6, 9, 13, so that's 28 out of 46 are nitro. So there should just be one more box. And unfortunately, I don't think it's in here. Maybe I counted the nitro wrong. Whatever. Oh, yep, I did. Alright, the last level. Remember the piston level? Want that but harder? Too bad, you're getting it. Spaced out. Now, if you touch the edges of those platforms, you die. Because they're spicy. Right. I thought it was later in the level. Hopefully there's no boxes in here. Shit, 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 shit. Well, this might take multiple attempts, so let's grab all the fruit before we go in here. Yeah, so unlike the other levels that had the gem platforms, this has a platform for each of the colored gems. Spoiler. So if you didn't have all of them, fuck you, you're not getting the extra gem on this level. And what makes that weird is that that also means that it's the only time that there's a check for the purple gem in a level. So every gem except for that one gets used twice. Once here and then once in another level, but the purple gem only gets used here. That was done with me, because it's not going to respawn, and I don't think you can make this jump. See? Platform kills you. Okay. Shit. I don't know why it didn't just go. I don't know why I did just go. Maybe you can make it on your own. Like a very precise slide jump. Alright. Figured you would be showing up soon. Nice. Sorry, that was a bit loud. So we get 24 fruit right there. Then like another 4 or 5. Yeah, another 5. So you get 29 per life. It's an offset life every 4th try. Assuming you don't do something stupid to die before then. Yeah. Let's not waste you on the platform this time. Well, we've got a thing of protection now, so... So now, hopefully, we can make it a little bit further. Who knows, maybe we can actually make it all the way now. Probably not. Definitely not. Yay! My eye. You know, I don't remember what happens if you get a game over, and I'm hoping it's not send you back to your last save. I'm hoping it's just kick you out of the level. Fantastic. Because it's one of the few times you still get the full damage animation, even though you didn't die, I still died. Yay! It's so fucking stupid. 1, 2, go! One, two, go! Taking it. Okay, do you put your things up? You do not. Okay, moving platform that we can't see because the camera's being ass.
What have I got?
That'll make attempts faster, but it's gonna mean I lose lives faster too. Because now I'm only gonna get 3 fruit per life. Woo! Didn't lose a life. I mean, didn't take a hit. Should have taken a hit there, but I did not. Now to waste this opportunity by falling in the hole instead. Oh, I was joking when I said I was gonna waste it. One, two, go. One, two, go. Like how I did my countdown after I'd already sent it. Okay. Eh. I let him live as a warning to the rest. Okay. Whee! Okay. Okay, no boxes along this route. Just the gem. I should do it without taking damage. Somehow. could have just jumped in a pit to get sent back to before I went on the path after I grabbed the gem, but that didn't occur to me until after I'd already stepped through the warp to the back to the warp room. Oh wow, you're taking that much pity on me? You're giving me level 2? Actually, you probably just added 1 to the one I already had. Herpy derpy herp. Now to actually do the level. Nice. Figures. I figured there'd be something up there. Aw, I could have been invincible for here. Ah! I always love when there's active threats in the bonus area. Q, Q. I didn't realize how tall the stack was. I'm back, baby. Fuck. Aw. Three, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how to count the rest of the way in German. My 3-year-old nephew does for some reason. And please note that neither of his parents speak German, or at least not fluently. If I remember correctly, it's because his grandpa on not on my side of the family, on my brother-in-law's side of the family, speaks German, and he taught him. Yay. Damn it. That's why I wanted to get on top of them. It's easier to manage your lefty-righty movement when you're not sandwiched between two of them. Yeah. I love having to retry a bonus round again and again. Why did I grab that? Exactly how I planned it. I'm so dumb for grabbing that earlier. Oh well. Live and learn, and I have learned nothing. God has tested me, and I refuse to study. And that's just high enough that I can't clear it with the regular jump. It has to be a crouch or slide jump, which is just a crouch jump with extra momentum. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 10. Six, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. Come on, grab it. Grab it. It's right fucking there. Grab it. Whatever. I'm not risking it. Wispy. Hey, we get this. That looks like an eye. Whatever. Wouldn't surprise me if there was Nitro that just blew up some prizes further in, since the switch wasn't right at the end of the level. Yeah, it was. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was gonna happen there. Cool. Speedrunning, getting some pity, I guess. I was not aware you could tiptoe around the edge of the piston like that. I mean, it makes sense that you can jump around it, but yeah, I thought you'd be here soon. Get out of the string parade, please. Thank you. I stuck. There we go. That's all the crystals and all the gems. I think. No, still need to totally fly. He's so happy.
Yes, my plan is nearly complete, and I have you, Crash Bandicoot, to thank for it. crystals!
Crash! Cortex isn't going to use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's going to harness the force and use it to power the super Cortex vortex he has built on his space station. One blast of the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves. Crash, don't let him have those crystals!
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything! Ah, yes. We're back now. Pardon the, interruption. Crash, bring me Chris.
Who's Chris? Why do you want him? Whee! So I think after you beat the game, there's like an actual way to get to the secret warp zone um uh, without going through a level. Also, this is part race, part fight. You can lose if he manages to get all the way to the end without being damaged. Because he himself, I don't think, fights back at all. And it's mostly just avoiding the mines and asteroids until you can catch up and spin into him. Yep, there's the end. I lost. I mean, part of me vaguely remembers being able to spin the asteroids into him to slow him down, but I don't think that's the case. There we go.
No!
Maybe.
You haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot!
Cortex will strike back.
Crash, what do you suppose happened to Cortex? And what about the Cortex vortex? It's still up there.
He was sponsored by Naughty Dog to make it. So yeah, I need to go back in and get the gem from Totally Fly. But if we can't get into the secret warp room without going into another level, then I think it was Hang 8 that's super early on. And the ending does change if you have 100%. Come on, please. cannot skip this. I mean, at least the spiral ones were nice enough to have you fly through the various levels. Clancy Brown. $1997. That's older than my little sister. So Cortex is the only boss you can fight multiple times in this. And to do so, you just go back up from this warp room. And we will have to fight him again since we didn't have all the gems. Nope, you cannot. I could have sworn you could go down one more from there and it would be um no, it's plant food, isn't it? Maybe it was plant food, maybe it was hanging. I don't remember. I forgot what I was saying. Cool. Cool. That's honestly insulting that they put a checkpoint as the first box of the game, of the level, rather. Yeah, this was not the right level. Oh well, we can still get some more fruit and maybe some extra lives out of this. Yep, you cannot be invincible on the board. Lame. Was it Air Crash actually? Oh, man. I don't want, like, the bear one's an easy one to get to. But yeah, it was Air Crash. There we go. I mean, I guess it makes sense you can't get here through other means since there's no little pedestal thing. Anyways, totally fly. Which actually makes sense for a name because something being totally fly means it's sick as hell. Totally Bear doesn't make a ton of sense. It's just called that because Totally Fly was a thing, and they're both hard bonus levels. Sure, I'm glad I get to do this with 0 Waku Wakus instead of 2 now. If I remember correctly, there's a time here in this level where you want to skip getting the Firefly so you can clear boxes out of the way before it, so you have all the time to do so. I just don't remember which fly it is. Woo. You know, I might have been thinking of the Insane trilogy where you could get into the bonus warp zone, um, the secret warp zone, whatever the hell you want to call it, whatever it's actually called, without going through a secret exit. But, or there's also the third option that my source is that I made it the fuck up. What? Because I didn't stay close to the TNT, it didn't actually hit the switch it was sitting on top of. Cool. Cool. And yeah, I should have just sped through it anyways. Well, sure hope that's all the crates. Boxes. Square a hole. Too close to the blast zone. Woo! This is the one. So you sneak past the fly at first because of how long it takes to open up the reinforced boxes. If I remember, there were even more of them. Cool. Okay, so I think that was 4. There's the first 2 by the fly, and then like another 4. There's 1, 2. Well, oh, I thought the hole was a lot closer than it actually was. Okay. Let's just try sneaking past the second lizard and getting the TNT to blow up on its own. That's 2. 3. And 4. I guess that's why all that Wumpa fruit's sitting right there, is so that you know, oh, I'm getting too close to the edge. Bullshit. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, and 6. There we go. Hondo Pacento.
You have acquired all of the gems. Incredible. Crystals are not the only means of harnessing planetary energy. Right? The gems have that ability as well. And with them, I can destroy the Cortex Vortex forever. Let me warp you to my completed laser installation.
So yeah, now there's that gem again. Now, when you beat Cortex, the cutscenes. Or you don't even have to go find him again. Cool.
We are ready, Crash. Would you like to do the honors?
And this is the canonical ending, as the Cortex Vortex is destroyed in the beginning of the next one, which is a direct sequel. Alright. So, this has been Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. I like this game. I like 2 and 3 of the original Crash Bandicoot series, trilogy, whatever you want to call it. I think, unlike Spyro, I like 3 more than I like 2 in this series. And I don't like 1, like, at all. So, I do not plan on streaming it anytime soon. Speaking of streams, I Slay the Spire 2 just came out today. And I've been dying to play it. Oh, how I wants to play it. Part of me wished I had finished this last night so I could play it today. So, I'm probably gonna end up streaming that once or twice next. And then we're gonna go back to finish up that Pokemon demo thing. Oh, you think that's funny, Cortex? Think my trying to make plans is funny? Yeah. After that, I don't really know what. But yeah. That was... You know what? If it's that funny, Cortex, I'm gonna speedrun getting 100% again. Yes, I'm serious. No, it's not gonna take very long. Still wish you could... Oh, you can skip. Kinda. Okay. Speedrunning getting 100% again. But first we gotta make sure we gotta save in case something happens. Save onto here. For no reason, we're gonna go with Wombat. Wait. Did I do it wrong? Okay. I could have sworn that if you made the name of the file be Wombat, it made it be 100%. So, is it just Wrath of Cortex? I could have sworn it was 2, 3, and Here. And strikes back. Wombat. Hmm. Hmm. That's strange. I could have sworn that was a thing that if you named the file Wombat, it gave you 100% right off the bat. And like it was just a thing throughout the series. Huh. Oh well. Well, now I just feel silly. Hmm. Hmm. But I guess he can actually refight the bosses. Oops. Hmm. May yeah, looks like these are all bullshit ones that I found. Hmm. Alright, let's give it another try. So it's... Oh, you can refight them. Because this isn't the load time to... Yep. So I was holding all 4 shoulder buttons, so both triggers, L1, L2, R1, R2, and pressing triangle and up while you're going up. But I don't really want to fight Ripperoo again. Oh well. I don't want it, that would be slower. So we can just go back to the warp room, and I did have 100%, I just forgot to save. We saw the cutscene. Go back and check the VOD if you doubt me. I'm not doing Totally Fly again. Gonna quit. There's one last thing I want to check.
Press start to begin.
Before we leave. Yeah, I don't think it'll work. And what I was trying to do is there's supposed to be a demo for one of the not Crash Bandicoot, one of the Spyro games by pressing the um R1 and L1 buttons at the title screen. But it's not working.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex Strikes Back.
Oh well.
Press start to begin.
Anyways, that's gonna be it for today, tonight, whatever. So thanks for coming by. This was a fun game. And yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy.